Good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's session of After Hours with William O'Neill India. I hope everyone's doing well. And before I go ahead with the session, I'd like to give a small disclaimer that any stock, any security that we discuss in today's session should not be considered as a buy or sell recommendation. And we are just doing it for educational purpose. So without taking your much time, I'll start with Nifty 50's chart analysis for the day. You could see Nifty was highly volatile through the day. It had a gap up opening of around 60-70 points. Then it dragged lower, made a low of near the 18 to 50 levels, and then consolidated in that range for some time, trended higher. And then there was this sharp fall in this last half an hour of the trading session, where Nifty lost around 60-70 points in a matter of 15 minutes, if you look at it. And that's been the day. And overall, if we talk about it, the volumes have been dead. What kind of trend we see in probably in the last 15 days of December, we are probably seeing in November itself. But probably this can majorly can happen on account of there's some holidays. Holidays lined up with US as well in the US calendar, and maybe that is why the problem can happen in terms of the low volume action for if we talk about it. If we take it not from the day's perspective and talk more about in terms of how the week has been or the last couple of weeks have been, and in terms of the William O'Neill perspective in terms of what's the market status, what's the distribution day count. So currently, the good part is that markets is in confirmed uptrend, and distribution day count is very low at 1. So that is a really good sign. But if you look at it, the last, even today's up session and even yesterday's session as well, both of them were very low volume rallies. So, and similarly, if you trace back to more than 10-15 sessions, market has been just consolidating. It did retake its previous 52-week high of 18,350 if we talk about it, but still, if we talk about a range for Nifty, 18,100 to 18,400 has been probably somewhere around these levels, like 18,100 and 18,400 have been the range for Nifty. And till the point in time, it doesn't make or break. It's like the actions are likely to remain muted only in these times if we talk about it. So going forward till the point in time, distribution day count remains low. We will remain in confirmed uptrend. What's good about today was that even the broader market, which was lacking up till now, started gaining some momentum, and you could see more advancers in the market in today's session than decliners. Even your mid cap 100, your small cap 100 came into action. So that was like one of the positives from today's session. Talking about top gainers and losers for the day, Apollo Hospital was the top standout gainer, like for Nifty 50, it's gained by around 3.1%. HDFC Life gained by 1.5%, JSW Steel by 1.5%, Bajaj Finance 1.4%, and SBI in 1.4%, which is probably leading to the PSU Bank rally as well. So the sector PSU banks have been outperformer in the recent times, and we'll talk about that in the coming slide. On the loser front, if you talk about Adani Enterprise, is the one that lost the most, around 3.4%. The other losers were Adani Ports, 1.4%, Hero Motoco 1.2%, Powergrid by 1.1%, and TechM by 0.7%. Taking some cues from the sector, if we talk about it, then what I was talking about in the earlier slides as well. Your Nifty PSU Bank has been the one which has been an outperformer in the past few sessions as well. And Nifty media also joined the rally in today's session. Nifty IT and metal were the couple of sectors that closed on the lower front. All the others, closed higher. If you look at it, the other notable gainers were Nifty Private Bank, Nifty banking sector. So if you talk about it, financials and banking were the one that probably held the market together for today's session. Talking about from the news perspective, L&T completed a gasification plant project for Linde Engineering, Singapore. Marine revenue sharing agreement with Panchil Tech Park for EV charging station at their premises. Bharati Airtel also launched the 5G services at your Nagpur Airport. Zydus Life got the final US FDA approval for the famotidine injection. This injection is used to treat ulcers. And similarly, Oro Pharma Unit and the EY Biotech Inc. licensed a pack to commercialize the CIN treatment product in the US. The product is a novel dimeric G CSF long action fusion protein and is currently in the stage review by the US, late stage review by the US FDA for the CIN therapy. Talking about global macro in terms of the data points, your your services PMI and the manufacturing PMI are the one that from the US, which will be most looked out in the evening session. And previous day encounters were around 47.8 and 50.4. And services PMI is expected around 48, and your manufacturing is expected around 50. Even your new home sales data would be looked at as well. And even if we talk about from the central bank perspective, the US, the previous meetings, meeting minutes will also be out by tonight, so that will also be looked at. Talking about the chart of the day, the chart of the day for us is ICICI Bank. And before we go ahead with the stock, would like to give a small disclaimer that it's not a buy or sell recommendation at the moment, and we are discussing it just for educational purpose. So what's probably, ICICI Bank has been delivering back-to-back super results in terms of even the Q2 results. There was this spectacular set of NIM numbers for the quarter, probably being highest in at least a decade, and ROA for the quarter was probably second highest since last 2007. Even credit growth has been highest for the last 12 years. Asset quality has continued to improve 202. Even the slippages have on the QOQ front have been coming down. Advances have been increasing. Deposits have been increasing. Overall, if you talk about the GNPA ratio, the NNPA ratio, they have improved as well from 3.41 to 3.13%. Overall, it's been really good. Even the retail term deposit for the systems have been soft for the last couple of quarters, but with the rates picking up, even that is expected to pick up. The wholesale funding is doing much better, and even the domestic book for the company, 44% is linked to the repo. So, as the rates will start to increase, as they're increasing, they will get that, the bank will get the benefit. And similarly, the SME business banking segment asset quality there have been improving. But the bank is seeing pretty strong growth in the retail credit card segment as well, and in the rationalization on the corporate side as well. So overall, on the business, the fundamental front, the bank has been doing really well, and similarly can be seen in the action as well. You could see like from this 669 levels, probably the stock has been on a one-way rally. Did made a base some months back. Now we are making did make another base as well. And on the last few sessions, if we talk about it, it's been consolidating well around this 21 DMA level, finding some support, coming in with the volumes as well. So probably if the stock re-breaks out successfully on above average volume, can be looked at. On the O'Neill front, if we talk about it, what's good is in terms of the fundamental we did discuss. It's been delivering really well on the last few quarters. Similarly, in terms of the fund holding for the stock is increasing. I mean, talking about number of funds invested in the stock, nearly at 2,000 stocks invested with this bank is really good in terms of the O'Neill front, the parameters, the price trend, the EPS rating, master score, your buyer demand, all of this has been increasing. I mean, the forward estimates for the bank remains very strong in terms of for 23, 24, and 25. So at this moment, probably what's left is the stock to probably break out on an above average volumes that will make it an ideal breakout candidate in this kind of a market. So that's it from my side, and stay tuned to the space of pre-bail with of after hours with William O'Neill India at 4:30 p.m. from Monday to Friday sharp, and even the pre-bail with us, and that is the morning session at 8:45 a.m. sharp from Monday to Friday. Thank you.